The world's oldest person revealed the diet that was the secret to her unusually long life. As we grow older, our diets and daily routines come into sharper focus for a variety of reasons. Emma Morano could certainly attest to that, as she was named the world's oldest person in May 2016 by Guinness World Records. However, before her death in April of 2017, at the age of 117, she revealed the diet that had played a key role in her long life. Coming into the world on November 29, 1899 in northern Italy, Emma was the first of 8 children, growing up in Vercelli, Piedmont. As she got older though, the Italians soon moved to Verbania, a town located on the shore of Lake Maggiore. From there, her extraordinary life of incredible ups and devastating downs unfolded. Emma found love at a relatively young age, becoming engaged to a man who was eventually called to the front of the First World War. Tragically though, he never returned, with the centurion assuming he'd been killed. With that pain and heartbreak still fresh in her mind, Emma's life then took a significant turn in the aftermath of the war. After a visit to her doctor, the Italian received a diagnosis of anemia, which subsequently forced her to change her daily diet. As a result, Emma limited herself to 3 eggs, 1 cooked, 2 raw, each day for the next 90 years of her life, alongside fresh Italian pasta and a side portion of raw meat. Incredibly, fruit and vegetables rarely appeared on her strict personal menu. When I met her, she ate 3 eggs per day, 2 raw in the morning and then an omelet at noon, and chicken at dinner, Carlos Bava, Emma's doctor of 27 years, told AFP News Agency. Despite her upturn in health though, the centurion's life changed forever in 1926 when she married. Sadly for Emma, it proved to be an abusive relationship, culminating in tragedy in 1937. She gave birth to a baby boy that year, but he passed away after only 6 months into his life. Grief-stricken, the Italian then decided to leave her husband in 1938, although they stayed married until his death 40 years later. However, when speaking to Italian newspaper La Stampa in 2011, Emma revealed that her future partner had blackmailed her into the marriage. "He told me, 'If you're lucky, you marry me or I'll kill you,'" she recalled. "I was 26 years old and I got married." Although their toxic relationship finally ended, Emma chose not to marry again, citing her determination to remain independent. "I didn't want to be dominated by anyone," the centurion told the New York Times in February 2015. However, despite that decision, she continued to live a long and rewarding life. Emma's career had varied between working in a jute sacking factory and becoming a boarding school cook. She announced her retirement from the latter when she turned 75. Unfortunately though, as the Italian continued to grow older, her friends passed away, while her sight and hearing also worsened. However, Emma's diet remained the same despite those cruel changes in her life, with genetics also playing a potential role in her longevity. The centurion's mother lived to 91, while her sister, Angela Morano, died at the age of 102. In the opinion of Dr. Walter D. Longo, though, director of the University of Southern California's Longevity Institute, there's not one specific reason for long life. "You talk to 100 centurions, you get 100 different stories," Dr. Longo told the New York Times in February 2015. "We do know that the ability to make it to 110 is heritable, so you have a large increase in chance if you have several people in your family to live to a late age." As the years continue to pass, records subsequently came into view for the Italian. After Maria Redaelli died in 2013, Emma was named the oldest living person in Italy and Europe. However, just 3 years later, she reached the most high profile of landmarks. Believed to be the last known living person born in the 19th century, Guinness World Records visited her in May of 2016. Emma was named both the world's oldest living person and the world's oldest living woman at that time. Yet despite her newfound fame, the Italian's strict diet needed slight changes as a result of the advancing years. Her niece, Rosemary Santoni, would travel to her home each morning to make her meals. Acting as Emma's primary carer, Rosemary's menu consisted of 2 eggs, soupy pasta, ground meat, and one banana. Indeed, while the Centurion social circle had become smaller in her later years, she still had friends in her hometown as well as family. That growing bond with the community culminated at Emma's last birthday as she turned 117. The subsequent party hosted a concert celebrating the Italian's long life, spanning an incredible 3 centuries. Within a few months, though, some very sad news emerged. On April 15, 2017, Emma's caretaker told Dr. Bava that she died in her armchair, just 24 hours after he'd last seen her. She thanked me and held my hand, he told The Guardian of his final meeting with the Centurion. However, despite her death, Emma's life won't be forgotten for some time yet in Verbania. Indeed, the Italian's remarkable story provoked the creation of a musical show in her hometown. For Guinness World Records, though, the news of her passing prompted a heartfelt public statement. It's with deep regret and great sympathy that Guinness World Records, the global authority on record breaking, has learnt of Emma Marano's passing, a spokesperson of the organization read. She joined our celebrated Hall of Fame with her amazing achievement when she was announced in 2016 as the oldest living female and was officially confirmed as the last person to be born in the 1800s. Guinness World Records is consulting with our expert gerontologists and will verify the new title holder, subject to evidence review, in due course, they concluded. Indeed, Emma was still 5 years younger than the woman who claimed the prize of world's oldest person ever. Her name was Jean Louise Calment, and she was 122 years old. While we all wish to live long and prosperous lives, few can reach the age of Emma Marano, a life spanning 3 centuries, taking in 2 world wars and countless societal changes. However, her curious diet suggests there could be more centurions in the not too distant future.